Hey guys, what's going on? Kanal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Thought it was a good time to just kind of refresh some of the things that we do during my favorite time to trade. It doesn't matter what market it is. Earnings season is my favorite time to trade. Earnings season comes 4 times a year, so it's Christmas 4 times a year. And right now we're knee deep into earnings. I'm sure you guys have been hearing about Amazon earnings and so on and so forth. And today I saw a really cool earnings play on U.S. Steel. So U.S. Steel, you can see here, had really a gap down in the morning due to its earnings coming out, and they actually beat their earnings, and they looked okay, but it doesn't mean anything when you're thinking about trading. What we want to be doing is trading the price action. So pre-market, I see the movement in U.S. Steel. I use Trade Ideas, which is my scanner to scan for gap downs. What I do every single morning is look for stocks that are moving up or down 3% or more and have that pre-market volume in action. And then I start to decipher through all the different earnings plays what has the potential to have the most volume, the most range. And you can do that by looking at the daily charts. You can see in the past that U.S. Steel really has a big range, especially on news. And so when I saw this gap down, I knew that it was going to be the play for us. And so, we're here in the chat room every day, and I'm trading live and on video, GoToWebinar just like this. And it's a really, really simple setup. And so, we took a couple trades in this. I made about $1,200 on this bad boy on it, and it was just a really, really simple kind of trade. So I only took 2 trades today. U.S. Steel, and then I lost $50 on SQ. I thought it was going to be a short, and it kind of just filtered along a little bit. It just wasn't ready, but U.S. Steel was. And so what we want to be doing is, once I saw the action pre-market, I knew this was going to be the one. And so when we look at the chart, what we want to be doing is looking for like really prime time entry points. So I had like 2 different entry points on this. The first one was when it gapped down at the open and you had this big spike down. When it thrusted back into that VWAP area and it started to hold under it, I took this thing short. So our first trade in this was at 35.20, and I was just using a stop above this level. So I'm only risking 40 cents, right? So I'm only risking 40 cents, which is just a nice, easy, go lucky risk on the trade. And then what we want to be doing is using momentum day trading strategies to really get in and out. And so for me, once this type of move happens into that first thrust down, I'm already starting to cover some into it, but I'm also looking for, potential re-entries. And so as we cover some into this, as we start to get a flag pattern start to come out intraday, that sideways action, what I want to be doing is, as it busts below, I want to re-enter this. So as it was flagging out, we re-hit this thing in the 34.10s, 800 shares, and then it was really just a simple matter of kind of scaling along into it, and I covered a little bit early. And the reason I covered a little bit early is it had a date with that kind of 200 SMA, and it was getting pretty close. And so into that kind of that last, 33s, I ended up taking my position out, and I left a little bit of money on the table. I definitely could have held on for another $1.20 and really doubled up my gains. But, overall, I was fairly happy with the trade because it was nice and quick and easy. Really by 10:15, I was done for the day. And that's what I love about earnings season, is that they happen at the open. You can use momentum strategies at the open. So at the open, I trade quick pullback buys, ORBs, and red to green, green to red, which I've made YouTube videos on all of them. And then we're just really off to the races on those bad boys. And it's been awesome to start having earnings season come around because the market's choppy right now. If you guys have noticed, some days that the market's up, some days the market's flat, and it's just been kind of going back and forth. And so earnings plays, they move irregardless to the market. Earnings plays have their own volume patterns, their own order flow. And I think that's just really, really important when you're thinking about finding the best ones. And you can see, so I make a gappers list in the morning. And so there was quite a few that were moving around. This CYOU and Flex and a whole host of them. You can even see in the range on some of these bad boys is really just incredible. Like this Charter Communications was another one that I had on the earnings. You can see at the open, it went from 276 down to 250. Then it spiked into its 9 EMA and it came all the way back down, broke under the VWAP. And so you've got that huge range in it. And so we want to be trading those. You don't get that type of range, guys, in non-earnings plays, right? You get those type of ranges in stocks that have a PR or some type of earnings. And so you've got to, this time of the year, run your gap scans because those are the ones that are going to pay you.